Hello and welcome to Making Breakfast If You're Not a Cook. I'm Gwen Friss. I'm the food editor of the Cape Cod Times and also a co-host of the cable access show Homefront. Have you ever wanted to give your significant other a really special romantic breakfast, but you take one look at the stove and say, no, I can't? Well, you know what? You can. What we'd like to do today is to show you how to use your local grocery to provide some quick, easy cooking lessons for yourself. You can make a great Valentine's Day or any day breakfast, even though you may not be the regular cook. Okay, we have everything out and we're ready to go. What we're going to do is we're going to take our heart-shaped tin and we're going to take a roll with the cinnamon side down and we're going to fit it in here and we're going to push a little. Remember when you had Play-Doh as a kid? That's like this. So just push a little until we get it nice and fit in there. Because what we're hoping is that most of these will retain their shape after we bake them. And they'll look like hearts when you take them out. So even if you've never cooked, even if you're 5 or 6 years old, this is something easy and fun to do. Those go into a 400-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes, and it's right on the box. And then I'm going to set a timer, because if you're like me, you don't want to forget about them while you're doing everything else for this breakfast. Okay, I think it's time to move on to our next, into our next project, which would be making the pancakes. You want to make the pancakes before the eggs, because they can go in the oven to stay warm at 200 degrees. Eggs you want to serve pretty much as soon as you make them. So first we're going to make pancakes. Now, we can learn to make pancakes from scratch at another time, but right now we're just going to pour in the water. This is really fun for kids because after you get the water and the vanilla and the sugar in. Now, the thing is, these are pre-made pancakes, but if you'd like them to really be your own, you can add whatever you like. A little bit of grated orange peel, a little bit of almond, or even peppermint if that's your taste. We usually use vanilla at my house and a little bit of sugar because it really brings out the flavor of the vanilla. We're going to add about a teaspoon of sugar, and you can see this isn't a measuring spoon. You shouldn't be stressed about this because you're just flavoring. It'll be a little sweeter, a little less sweet. It's not like you're baking and you have to really be precise on this. Then we're going to recap it. And this is the fun part, and you're going to start shaking. One important lesson, you shake for about 30 to 60 seconds, but when you open this, it sometimes builds up a bit of pressure, so be careful taking the top off, or you'll be wearing pancake batter. Okay, it's pretty much all set. You can hear that. Can you hear that when we open it? It builds up a little bit of pressure. So now the next thing we want to do is go to our pan. Okay, so our oil is hot and the water's jumping around in it, so we know it is. And what we're going to do next, these are something I bought in the grocery store, and they were, I think, $4.99 or $5.99 for 2. And they're wonderfully versatile because you can use them to cut out dough and everything else, but you also can use them to make pancakes and eggs in the shape of a heart. And that's why they have this little thing right here, which comes up like this, so you can pick it up afterwards. So I'm going to put that right into the pan where my oil is nice and hot. And then I'm going to take my well-shaken, we're back to the shaking, my well-shaken batter, and I'm going to pour it right into the pan inside the heart. The thing about pancakes is that your main way of knowing that they're getting ready to flip is that they'll start to have bubbles on top, and those bubbles will actually start to break. So you can see that we're starting to get some bubbles. I'm going to make sure we have enough oil there so that it comes out of the pan willingly. Okay, I'll get ready to do this. I'm going to take off our frame and Oh, I hope this works. Take off our frame. And actually, I'm going to use it to slide it onto the pancake a little bit more. And flip it over. Okay, now you saw that when we took that frame off, it was touch and go. It's always that way when you make an omelet or a pancake. So if you're doing this for the first time, please don't feel discouraged if you lose a pancake. The mix makes at least 15, so you've got a lot of shots at it. And we did get, I'm sort of pushing the extra inside here, we did get a heart-shaped Valentine's pancake here. And as I said, I've been cooking for like many, many years. So if you don't get it the first time, give it another try. Now here's our egg, and we're going to make a sunny side up. If we were doing this at a diner and we wanted to have scrambled, I just found out yesterday that what we would say is to wreck it. That's a scrambled egg in diner lingo. Once again, with cracking eggs, I've seen people who do it all the time, do it with one hand and flip it open with their thumb. Don't worry if you can't do that. It doesn't require that kind of showmanship. All right, we're going to see if I can hold this up for you while I do it. We're going to see if we can move our egg over and not lose the heart shape. So that means you want to move out anything that's in the way. All right. Yep, it's holding its shape. Good news, guys. And here we are with our perfect heart-shaped romantic meal. We have the egg and toast. We have the cinnamon muffin, which I added a little pink sparkly sugar to because that makes it into the princess muffin. And we also have our pancake with raspberries and just a touch of chocolate whipped cream because it's a novelty and it's a fun thing to have on a special meal. So you might not want to make all of these. We thought we'd cover it in the lesson just in case. And we thank you, and we want you to know that you may not be the cook in the house, but you just made a great romantic breakfast.